Right, hello again everybody, what is up? It is Ghost, and we are back again with another video for you today, and we are discussing the most recent Uncharted 4 multiplayer news, and we actually got quite a bit of news from this article. It was a PlayStation blog post that was put on, obviously, on the PlayStation blog, and there were, as I just said, quite a bit of things to go through. So let's start from the top. We're just going to be going through the whole of the blog post, of course, putting the link in the description below if you want to read it yourself with your own eyes. But in this video, we're going to be going through all of it in order of the blog, in what they've put it, and just discuss it, and perhaps also compare it to Uncharted 3 and give our general opinions on it. So let's start from the top. They start off with some PR talk. It was mostly just a lot of advertising talk, we'll say, of their sort of attitudes towards the multiplayer. So they say fairness first. They say that they want to encourage some sort of fair attitude towards everything in Uncharted 4, and by this they said that you're going to be able to sort of earn DLC like they have been implementing in Killzone in recent months. If you haven't sort of seen that, then that's what they have been doing in Killzone.
Not played Killzone in ages, but you know, fair enough.
Yeah, and that's, well, nobody really knows of the system because they announced it once people sort of stopped playing the Killzone multiplayer, but that is something that was implemented there. So it is going to be an Uncharted 4 where the more you play it, the more you will be able to sort of have the opportunity to get different bits of DLC. Then they move on to their attitudes towards, and this is their own words, an evolving experience. Yes, take that as you will.
I love the way they phrased all this stuff. It's quite funny, isn't it? It's just,
yeah.
Unified community.
Unified
community.
Well,
after the last community's atrocity, I don't think
last community was just a pile of ass. So
yes, yes, it was.
I'm gonna guess that this is going to be the same. But by this they mean that, well, with the evolving experience at least, they're going to be implementing different things throughout Uncharted's lifetime. So like in the next year, I believe it is, they've put a map, maybe Oscar can put it in the video, but they've put a map saying like when they're going to release different things over time. Unified community is basically giving the idea that because everyone can sort of get DLC, it means that no one's excluded from the benefits of it. That's pretty much sort of sums up all their attitude things. I mean, what do you guys think of all that?
Seems fine to me. I mean, honestly, again, as you said, it's marketing speech, but it gets a point across that they're not trying to section off the community, which is nice, in terms of DLC anyway.
I think they're trying to stay connected with us more, and trying to get them on their side so that we keep getting what we want more than anything, which is by no means a bad thing.
Yep, sounds good. Oscar, do you want to go on how it all works then, which is the next sort of section?
Yeah, can do. So basically, there's another poster thing that they keep using these kind of posters to emphasise it, which is quite nice. So I'll put them in the video as Juan said. So yeah, pretty much the multiplayer DLC economy. Now, as we said, this is basically how the vanity chests work and all those relics that you earned. You may have seen them in the multiplayer beta. Those kind of purple things that you could pick up and then spend on the vanity chests. That's how it works in the Uncharted 4 multiplayer as in terms of the full one. So basically, if you complete the daily challenges and win matches, you earn the relics, which allows you to buy either a DLC gameplay chest, which contains weapons, mysticals, and boosters, etc. So again, parts of the gameplay. Or you've got DLC vanity chest, which is more for kind of headgear, skins, etc. The more kind of aesthetic stuff. And obviously, that means you're able to buy new stuff. And all of this stuff is earnable through in-game, not necessarily by paying it with real money and stuff. However, it is slightly ironic where they say, where is the pay to win? And it's like, there is none. And then they go and say, well, you can actually buy it with the Uncharted points. So I was like, okay, that is pay to win. But
yeah, but it's a better way of doing pay to win. If you know what I mean.
If you can earn all the stuff, there's no problem.
Monies.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I mentioned this before when we were talking about it before the video, and we were talking about it, and I was thinking, could this lead to like inequality between people? Because if you're constantly opening these chests and sort of stuff, it's pretty much all down to luck, and as such, say for example, if you get like a really good weapon out of this chest, would it therefore lead to some people having like a really good weapon whilst others haven't, and that being purely down to luck? Or would it be what I hope would happen is that you could open, say for example, better chests if you earn more points and that sort of stuff, and it at least ensuring that you're going to get the benefits out of this if you do play the game a lot. That's my main concern behind that, because right now it seems to be that it is pretty much down to luck. And say for example you look at like opening packs in FIFA, like there's a constant rage behind that, because like people spending so much money on packs just for the opportunity to get a good player. But for some people it happens and for some people it doesn't, and I hope that doesn't happen in this in a way that it's unfair. But that's my main concern.
It's similar in Black Ops 3 as well, isn't it? Though with the black market,
Yeah.
and all those little chests that you can get. It's the same thing. It's a quite a common thing that they use in multiplayers now, to actually just give kind of RNG guns and weapon skins or whatever. To be fair, with Call of Duty, at least it's only skins and stuff. But with this, they're giving you the actual guns that you're going to be using in the game and the boosters, etc. So that might be slightly frustrating, particularly at the beginning of the game where you pretty much have nothing. But they give you some Uncharted points straight off the bat, from what I understand as well. So as soon as you boot up the multiplayer, you'll have a certain amount of Uncharted points so you can buy certain things. But we'll see how all that works on May 10th when we start playing the multiplayer. Well, maybe not May 10th. We'll probably play it after we're fairly single player. But anyway, moving on. Callum, do you want to take over with the triple pack and the multiplayer and stuff?
Go for it, Callum.
I was scrolling down and I was looking at the game modes instead, but yeah, I can go on to triple pack. That's fine. So basically, it's giving you the first ever single-player story add-on for the Uncharted series and 2 multiplayer packs, as they put it, to enhance your multiplayer experience.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. And just
what
look at
a load of bollocks! So the MP Pack 1 includes a long gun, a booster, a skin, a hat, and a taunt, and the second pack basically just swaps the long gun for the pistol.
Oh, you get a mystical. I'll admit, getting a mystical is nice, but again, even that, like, that's another thing. That mystical is therefore behind a paywall, meaning that slightly impacts gameplay, which could be quite bad. Same with the booster and the pistol and the long gun, to be honest. But anyway, come on, Callum.
Well, that's pretty much all I can say about the triple pack, right? I mean, we don't know much about the single player story yet, the DLC yet. So,
do you want to, seeing as that wasn't a very long thing, do you want to explain the roadmap and what they're doing with that?
Roadmap. So this is basically just how they're releasing different things throughout the Uncharted 4 multiplayer life cycle. So in the summer of this year, it got new maps, game mode. Oh yeah, we discussed this before about there's not many new game modes. I mean, they're adding a new game mode come the summer. And obviously this is all at no additional cost, so that's good. Basically, it adds loads of new vanity items, weapons, booster skins, etc. throughout different periods of the year. So there's summer and autumn this year, and then winter next year, and then spring. Wait, they fucked this up big time, I swear. They put winter 2017.
That's winter 2016, isn't it? I suddenly just realised that. Yeah, that's winter 2016.
Good one.
Fucking idiots. Fucking conquer, man.
The one way to.
I didn't even notice that the first time. I literally just noticed that now. I'm like, oh shit, no, they've actually put winter 2017.
That's brilliant. It just happened to be. Oh god, nice one. It just happened to be Callum who was reading out that, because that was one that was going to completely fuck with his mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
My mind has just been blown.
I'm surprised you noticed it. I didn't notice it.
Dude, I've got unbelievable techers when it comes to reading.
Anyway, but
yeah, it's just going to be adding different things throughout the year and throughout the lifestyle of the multiplayer. So it's, like I said, more weapons, boosters, skins, vanity items. There's a new game mode in the summer. So, do one of you want to explain the game modes that are coming with this?
Yeah, go for it. So yeah, they're basically going to be supporting the game for what seemingly about a year. After that, we don't really know. But the game modes, as Callum said, there wasn't a huge deal of them actually.
No.
There's Command, which is like a sort of team objective-y thing.
I was thinking about it. It sounds kind of like King of the Hill. In a way.
Yeah, it's like the King of the Hill in the team objective that we got on Uncharted 3,
yeah.
like that sort of mode. And it's basically that, but with like a captain or an MVP or whatever you want to call them. Details on that, you can go read it in the blog if you want to sort of read the description of that. Oscar mentioned it before, we don't actually have any visual representations of this. He mentioned it before the video, that we don't actually have any visual representations of this, which is a bit of a shame, but I guess the description is good enough for now. Then there's Team Deathmatch, obvious. Plunder, obvious. Trials, which is like against NPCs, and it's effectively it's I don't really know how to explain. You know, like co-op arena maybe in Uncharted 3. I guess that.
Oh yeah, that's what I thought it would be.
I guess it'll be similar to that. Yeah. So hopefully that will be good. And apart from that, I think what must be on top of all that is ranked, which will be ranked modes of each of those game modes, basically like Rocket League, where you're like going to be playing different people at different ranks, and it'll get more skills as you play more of it, which I guess is good for those who are more hardcore multiplayer Uncharted 4 players, because they'll be having more of a challenge rather than playing against noobs all the time. But that's pretty much it. I mean, again, as I said, quite a small selection, don't you think?
Yeah, I'm slightly worried that like there's no free for all, there's no team objective specifically. Other game modes like elimination are absent. There's quite a few absences from past Uncharted multiplayers, and I wonder if they will be added later on. But they say there's only going to be one new game mode added. So
yeah,
yeah, go on, Callum.
Well, yeah, compared to like Uncharted 3, it's obviously not a vast amount of game modes, but I mean, if they're set like from based on that roadmap, it's only going to be supported for a year supposedly. So I mean, I don't know. Maybe they're just kind of dropping the support back a little bit compared to what they did with the previous.
Oh yeah,
game.
Uncharted 3 won't be. Sorry, Uncharted 4 won't be supported anywhere near as much as Uncharted 3 was.
No, definitely not.
But that's because it's the last game in the series, which makes sense. So
made by them anyway.
Yes, of course. But that's pretty much everything in the Uncharted 4 multiplayer, according to this blog post. Unfortunately, we haven't heard anything about legacy levels. I actually tweeted to Robert Cogburn about it, but I've not heard anything about that. But no legacy level information. No news about split screen. No news about custom matches. Any of this kind of stuff that is quite a staple in multiplayer games is absent at the moment, at least according to this blog post. So hopefully we get some more information on that. But as of now, this is all the information in the Uncharted 4 multiplayer, all the modes, the game itself, and obviously the DLC. So yeah, let us know your thoughts on Uncharted 4 multiplayer. Are you excited to play it? Of course. And yeah, thanks a lot for watching, everyone, and bye.
Bye.